Want to stop juggling spreadsheets, calendars, and a dozen apps just to run your rentals? Lodgify makes it easy. It's an all-in-one toolkit for hosts. Build a direct booking website, automate guest messaging, and keep all your channels in sync. Running your rental business your way has never been simpler. And for Good Morning Hospitality listeners, you can get 20% off any yearly plan with code GMH20. Just check the link in the show notes to get started today.
Welcome to Good Morning Hospitality, your one-stop shop for the latest news, noteworthy trends, and thought-provoking discussions across the industry. From hotels to short-term rentals to all things travel and hospitality, you'll find each episode equips you with the information that you need to start your week. Join us on Good Morning Hospitality every Wednesday, wherever you get your podcasts. Superfly, good morning.
What's up, Sarah?
Whoa.
Good morning. Good morning to everybody watching. Another week gone by. I'm excited to be here with you today.
I know. It's nice to be with you from a home studio, not on the road, which is always cool. Man, it's been a busy start to the year. So, good morning, Lou.
Lou in the house.
Lou, will I see you this weekend in Phoenix or the following weekend in Los Angeles?
Ooh, which conferences are you going to?
So I am actually going to be speaking. I've got actually a couple of things going on. I'll be speaking in Phoenix this weekend at Travel and Adventure Show. We're doing a fun panel with two other travel, I guess, influencers. One who was at one point that's a bummer. One who was the first American to travel to all the countries in the world, Lee Abamonte.
Good morning, Christopher.
And then we got everybody joining. And then the other one does a lot of travel to Italy. So it'll be a fun conversation. Then I'll be hopping over to New York, seeing my friends that are part of HSMAI. If we have any listeners joining in, let us know. I'll be around in New York. And then the following weekend, I'll be in Los Angeles speaking also at the Travel and Adventure Show, but I'll be putting on my talk, which is how to maximize your hotel stay.
Yeah, I love it. A lot going on. You know what's exciting too, which I had no idea until I saw the post, is that you and I are speaking on a panel, and we didn't know that we were speaking on the panel.
Oh no. I knew, Steve.
You knew? I did not know.
Because they were like, Steve is busy. And I'm like, well, tell Steve I'm on the panel too. And they're like, we'll follow up with him.
They kept texting me, and I was like, I got it. All right. Finally.
And then you're like, if Sarah's doing it, I guess I'll do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
that'll be next Friday.
They got me. Good morning from Austin, Texas. I can't see LinkedIn
man, we got
user.
a lot of people joining.
I love it. We got some action here today.
Yeah, we do.
So we got some fun stuff going on. A lot of panels, talks.
Yeah.
A lot of action in my business world too.
I know. I feel like you've probably got a lot going on. I mean, I know you do.
A lot. And some things hopefully I can share soon. But we've been working on an outdoor glamping project for a long time. That's finally making some serious moves. So good stuff. Good stuff coming along.
Very cool. Well, as you guys continue to join the live show, let us know where you're joining from. Always cool to see, because we've got people from all over. But if you're ready,
I'm ready. Or we can do more coffee talk, whatever you want to do. We can talk about car accidents. We can talk about some other stuff, whatever you want.
Oh, no, we're not talking about car accidents. We're not putting that. I already saged myself. For those that don't know, I got into a car accident this weekend. Somebody hit me from behind on the highway. All good. A-okay. Yeah. A-okay. We're turning it around. So, all right. Well, let's talk about some things that are happening. I guess
big news. Yeah.
Yeah. Big news in the world of hospitality. Hyatt is this happened this week. Hyatt is acquiring Playa Hotels and Resorts for $2.6 billion. So Hyatt Hotels has announced an agreement to acquire Playa Hotels for $2.6 billion, including $900 million in debt. What's interesting is that this will definitely expand Hyatt's portfolio of all-inclusive resorts in Mexico, the Dominican Republic, and Jamaica. I will say, I mean, Hyatt already has a good number of all-inclusive resorts. I was just at one in December, spoke with them. Yeah. Oh, cool. Love that we are seeing this. Thanks for that, Will, in the background. Producer Will. So yeah, this is interesting. And what were you seeing from
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
pretty
the
amazing to see what they're doing. They're betting big bucks on this is how
yeah.
people want to travel. And we've talked about this a couple of shows now where Marriott has started getting into the all-inclusive. We
Yeah.
see more and more people like knowing what they're going to pay before they get there and kind of relax on those vacations. But what was interesting is that they bought it for $2.6 billion and they want to now sell all of the hotel properties to a third party so that they're not going to actually own. They'll manage it. So they'll sell it to third parties to raise $2 billion to hopefully pay down some of the debt by 2027. So it's what the brands do. They don't own the hotels. A lot of these brands, they like to be asset light and have the management contract. So it's all right. We'll buy them. Now we own them. Now we're going to flip them to third parties, and we'll have our management contract in place for those third parties. So it's an interesting business move. But you've, I think, been to some of their properties, and I was looking at it. I've had a lot of friends go there. My parents have been to some of them. What do you think about this? Do you think more and more people want to go all inclusive?
Definitely. I also think it's a really smart move for the business and group tourism sector. For example, so I was at Secrets Tulum, which was, part of Apple Leisure Group, which was in 2021 acquired by Hyatt. And I actually this was in December. I was actually the keynote speaker at their event for their top performing travel advisors. It's fascinating because obviously the travel advisors are setting a lot of leisure travel there. So it was great to see everything that they're offering at a high level, but us being there was very much a business trip experience. And it was really cool to see because obviously you can understand and see it from the leisure perspective being there, but even as like an event. So like groups and events, conferences, very smart move to be able to do that. And you're attracting a whole different group of travelers, great travelers that can help fill in on the off season or at different times. And it was great because again, if you're going someplace for a conference, first of all, if you're being told, oh, there's a conference and it's in Tulum or some other wonderful place in Mexico, you're like, okay, sign me up. So that's obviously attractive. But B, as somebody that's attending that, you don't have to worry about like, oh gosh, like where am I going to go for this? Everything's already all included. So you just get there. You can go eat wherever you need to eat on property. You can go to the events that you need to go to, and it's wonderful. So I think that's a huge move.
Yeah, I think so too. And first, I want to say good morning to Alan DeLeo because good morning here from Milwaukee. I also think in talking to some of the GMs of these places is that it's kind of the answer to cruise ships, right? This is the hotel chain's answer because that's what people go on cruises for is everything's included. Sure. It's all in one spot. You have all your entertainment. And now you have some fantastic hotels that are now part of bigger brands that you can do the same thing and have that full inclusive resort experience while still being on land. So if you do want to explore more of the cities, you can. Yeah. And I think that's going to be a big win for people. I think for families and singles and whoever's traveling, it's just great. I think it's an awesome thing that Hyatt is doing and really betting big on it. 2.6 billion.
Yeah. And also the fact for all of our brand loyalists out there, which we love them, whatever your brand is, the fact that you might be able to earn and use your points for stays at some of these properties. Sometimes it transfers over, sometimes it doesn't, depending on the bigger brand. But I mean, that's great. That's fantastic. So yeah, I think it's all about increasing their portfolio because there are so many different types of travelers out there. And I personally love this. I'm a fan.
I think it's great. And then we got another big news from one of their competitors. Why don't you announce it? What do we got coming?
Marriott Apartments by Marriott Bonvoy opening its first mainland U.S. property in Savannah. They're opening the Ann, Savannah, Georgia, which is going to be more. It's their first property in the U.S., which is fascinating. Just in general, Marriott Apartments. Yep. What are your thoughts on this before we kind of talk about it?
We've seen Marriott is making a bigger push. And good morning, Alex. Thanks for being with us here. Marriott is making a bigger push, right? They signed a deal with Sonder that we talked about a couple of weeks ago. That's more apartment style places. And now this one is their first branded, built up of their own with 157 premium apartments. They're calling them suites, from studios to 4-bedroom lofts. So the property offers apartment-style units equipped with full-size kitchens, in-room laundry, pet-friendly living spaces, and caters to families, groups, and solo travelers. So to everybody. I just think people like traveling this, and we've said it for a long time. I've been saying this for now like 5 years, where this is how people like to travel. The hotels are not going to give up their share to all the vacation rental owners and all the people doing Airbnbs. They want their piece too, and this is how they're going to do it. So if this takes off, those urban property managers are going to have some challenges if Marriott starts popping up in all these places with Marriott Bonvoy and these style places. It's going to be interesting to see what happens, but also for them to learn. It's not as easy as just doing a hotel when you have more and more rooms and apartments. It's not just room and presidential suites. It's a different type of cleaning, different schedule, different amount. I'd like to hear from Lonnie on what he thinks about who's joining us, the housekeeping
for sure.
apartment style units that Marriott is doing. Because if you have a 4-bedroom unit, you're going to need a lot more time in those places. So it's going to be interesting to see how they do it. But I love seeing it. I think it's great.
I think it's huge because the key advantage is, again, probably earning and redeeming points.
Yep.
I'm, by the way, I am such a loyalist, brand loyalist, whether it's airlines or hotels. I just love playing that game. In hotels, I'm lucky enough that I can kind of play with a couple of different brands. If I know that I can earn, I'm into that game. And I do like boutique hotels. So, but I still am like, ooh, do I stay at this cute boutique hotel? I mean, it's great. But I was like, I could stay at this other place. It's the same price point, and then I can just earn points to a future stay. I totally think like that. And I know I'm not the only one. So having that, and also the consistency. So that's the whole thing. I mean, obviously, there is totally a time and place for home rentals. I book them for some of my own high-end clients that are traveling. I totally get it. But it's now it's just another piece of the pie. And it'll be interesting because I think obviously what they're trying to bank in on is the consistency level. What you're going to get, because it's
I haven't looked enough at their amenities. I see they have some, but I would love to see. This is what one of these places needs. Is it needs to have some kind of cafe, food service, and then you're locked in. Then it's a home run, because a lot of these places are very, here's a market. But if you can set up a cafe that feels like it's part of the neighborhood, and you can go downstairs and grab a couple things, home run for all of these. So if you need any food and beverage help, let me know. We'll make sure.
Yes. Well, I kind of started doing a little deep dive into this, and I should know it more, but I'd be curious, what's the difference between this and an extended stay property?
I think these are nicer, right? Incorporates a lot more modern elements, natural wood beams, they're saying sustainable construction.
I mean, obviously it's different.
It looks more high end than some of the places that I've stayed at or extended stay, but I think it's more the space when you get 3 and 4 bedrooms.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. Oh, yeah. So the Ann Savannah will soon open its on-site restaurant, Little James, too. So, yeah. So that, okay. Well, I would like to know, will they have a gym? Anyway.
Big.
Exactly. Okay, clearly priorities right here. You want the restaurant, I want the gym. Okay. So.
All right. And then Lonnie, what did Lonnie say? Because I trust his housekeeping. Lonnie, what did you say? These types of properties need a roadmap going forward for success in engineering, cleanliness, and presentation. Mm-hmm. I built a roadmap prior for some Sonder properties. There you go.
Nice. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a different way of doing different way of operations. All right.
Absolutely.
I love it. I'm excited to go.
Well, let's head on over to Hawaii for our next conversation, our next topic here. Ooh, love this. We got graphics and stuff. It's a whole. This is high-end stuff over here. High-end production. The iconic Kona Hotel in Hawaii undergoes a $30 million transformation. So the historic Uncle Billy's Kona Bay Hotel in Kona, Hawaii is undergoing a $300 million renovation and will reopen as the Hampton Inn. in summer of
choice, yeah.
2025. Yeah, interesting. So what's cool with this transformation is that they're really trying to they're trying to preserve the property's like 1960s Hawaii
Tiki
ambiance.
vibe. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that.
Mhm.
But still like updating the facilities to meet sort of modern standards.
Yeah.
The hotel's got 123 rooms, a pool, outdoor common area, fire pit, all of that. And then, that's cool. They have the Island Bar and Grill by Trader Vic's there as well. So traditional
Polynesian fare and signature Mai Tais. I like seeing it. I think, like Christopher said, interesting brand choice. But Hampton
Very
Inn, I think, is
interesting.
making a move now. Like I'm seeing it around Miami. I've been positioning themselves like not luxury, but a little bit higher end than they normally are considered. And they're popping up in places with like cool bars. And I'm like, all right, they're starting to make a move. So love to talk to somebody from Hampton Inn to see what that vision is that they have for the future. Because there's a good place for it. It's a solid brand. They do a good job. You know, I've stayed at a couple of them. Always good for an overnight stay. But if they start mixing this in, very fun. And that's a lot of money to put into a hotel. $30 million renovation for 123 rooms is a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money for not that huge a hotel. So this is going to be a nice place.
Exactly. Yeah. But fascinating choice, as we kind of mentioned. So yeah, maybe we can have somebody on from anybody have any friends at
Hampton Inn? Or are you watching it from Hampton Inn? Let us know.
Definitely let us know. We want to hear from you. All right. Let's talk about just the world of travel.
I'm going to tee it off for you. Can I tee it off for you?
Yeah, please. I would actually like a drum roll, please.
I'm going to throw it over to you. Because now I know you travel in the air more than anybody.
Yeah.
And Korean Air named world's best airline for 2025. With Korean Air has been named the world's best by airlineratings.com, unseating Qatar Airways. What do you have to say about this, travel expert Sarah Dandishi?
This is huge news, by the way. So Qatar has been named it for many years. I think at one point, Emirates, Singapore is always up there. Korean Airlines getting in the mix. I mean, now for anybody that travels internationally as well as domestically, international travel, completely different ball game compared to domestic travel. But this is a very big deal. So a couple of the factors that really kind of push them over the edge into being considered number one, their commitment to passenger comfort, especially in economy class. So that's great. So they've got their original seat configurations with generous seat pitches. Also like different touches. They provide slippers, larger meal portions for medium and long haul flights. And also another big factor is Korean Airlines merger with Asiana Airlines also kind of contributed to this. So wild.
I like
Very
it. I flew them. It was 10 years ago. And I was in economy. And I felt like, wow, this is like royalty back here compared to any of the domestic flights that we have here. I was like getting Toomey branded bag with lotions and slippers that were branded. I forget, like it was an upscale brand, and beautiful blankets, all for that trip that I did over to Seoul, Korea, that I had to go to Thailand from. So it was great. I loved it.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. And again, like it's a whole different a ball game. And to give you an idea for there's some honorable mentions in the international space. Obviously, Qatar, Air New Zealand, also great. A great airline, Cathay Pacific, and Singapore, as I mentioned. So yeah, very interesting stuff. Just to kind of talk about as far as like domestic airlines, the top hybrid airline, I love this hybrid airline for 2025 was awarded to JetBlue. So a hybrid category, I've actually never heard of this, so I wanted to share with you guys, refers to an airline that combines features of both low-cost carriers and full-service airlines. So rounding out the top five, JetBlue, WestJet, Virgin Australia, Delta Airlines. Oh, interesting. And United. So JetBlue coming in
hot.
I mean, I will just say this about JetBlue, and I will also say this about airlines, and then we'll move on. I actually had to book clients of mine on a Mint, like their equivalent to first class, and I couldn't. It was a family of four. I could only select seats for two of them. The other two were going to be assigned seats on at the airport. And we're seeing this trend also with British Airways and their business class. We are seeing more airlines that you pay for a premium cabin that would be equivalent to business or first, and you can't select your seats. It is wild to me. I don't understand why they're doing it. It is so frustrating, but there you go. I got that out. Thank you very much.
Got it out. All right.
It makes sense. So anyway, what is this? Korean Air is following the old airline standards of Donald's International Airways from the 1960s.
All right, well, to check them out. I don't know Donald's.
I don't know Donald's. I know Pan Am.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't even know personally. I don't think
Eastern
so.
Airlines. Yes.
Yes.
Well, we got Disney.
All right, why don't you lead us in for this?
Of course, I'm excited about this one. Disney's expansion continues into cruise ships and theme parks. They are starting to bet big coming up, and will be doubling their fleet of cruise ships by 2031. Crazy to say that out there. And they're expanding the park. So they're investing heavily in theme parks with plans to introduce the new attractions based off Avatar, Indiana Jones, Encanto, Monsters, Inc. And they're developing their own new private island for Disney cruisers. So a big push into Disney. And I will say, we are all excited. We're watching all of this theme park fun, my family. And I, with Universal, made their big bet on their new park that opens up this summer in May, Epic Universe, and their new hotel, a Lowe's hotel, that will be a part of it. So that all happens now. So Universal got ahead, and Disney's like, no, here we come. So now they're betting big on the theme park.
Wow.
So what do you say about this? Are you a Disney adult, Sarah? I haven't seen any of your travel to any Disney theme parks. Here is my new Minnie Mouse thing.
Okay, I will say this about Disney. I'm not particularly moved by it. I don't have, I'm not particularly moved by it. But in the times that I have been as an adult, where I had a friend of mine who's a big Disney fan make me go, I was actually pleasantly surprised. Yeah. And I mean, I'm obviously here in Los Angeles, close to Disneyland. I grew up going to Disney World a lot as a kid. And it was cool to go to Disneyland actually with my mom. I took her at one point because she went there back in like the 60s. So that was kind of cool to see through her eyes. I mean, I'm not particularly moved by it, but as far as a business, I will give them this. They know how to keep it moving. They know, like, it's always going to be busy. There's always going to be lines. And they have really tried to master making the wait process that you can minimize the wait process. I think they've done a very good job with that. And for that, I commend them. But yeah, I'm not.
It is a machine. It's a machine. Disney.
It is. Yeah. So like I give them a lot of credit. So for me, when I go there, I'm actually more interested, like the operations, like, oh, that's kind of a smart move. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. And of course, like I enjoy the rides and all of that, but I'm not really wearing Minnie Mouse ears.
Yeah. There's some people that go every single day. They have dinner or lunch or something every single day there, but I'm excited for them. It's going to be fun. I'm curious to see if they start doing some things with their hotels, because they got some fantastic hotels there as well. But the cruise ships is big. I've been on one. It is pricey, but they do a fantastic job for families, and you feel like you're in that Disney bubble. So good job, Disney. Keep it pushing.
So wait, I'm actually looking up this really quickly because I can't remember off the top of my head. I used to know. Okay. So like I was looking at the price for a annual pass.
Mm-hmm. There's different levels now. So it's like a couple hundred up to like several thousand, depending on how often you want to go, blackout
Disney
dates.
Incredipass Pass, for example, $1,500, and then you get 20% off merchandise in stores. I mean,
so if you go all the time and you live there, like I have some friends that go all the time. They go every Friday and Saturday. They don't go on the rides. They just have dinner. They like watching the shows. They love that world, and so it's worth that $1,500. That's access to the country club over there.
Yeah, that's not bad. You know what I mean? Like when you know how much like a regular pass is, and like for that, and if you live close to it and you like to go a lot, it honestly makes sense.
Yeah. Any of you out there going on any Disney cruises or Disney hotel visits anytime soon? I know spring break is the busiest time of year over there. We'll be sneaking over there for my kids' birthdays pretty soon.
Fun.
We just go make sure we have a great time, and then all on back down to Miami.
Yeah, I think it's great. I mean, look, you can't go wrong with Disney. They definitely know what they're doing.
It's very true.
They definitely know what they're doing. Okay. Well, should we get into our real-time recap?
Let's do it.
What's happening in the streets of hospitality?
On the streets of Miami. Well, I'm excited. I had mentioned this just a little bit last week, but this is probably the best month in Miami, February. The Miami Boat Show is taking place now, and there are yachts and parties and boats of all different kinds filling up the coast here. Okay. And it is just a fun place to be right now. So I'll actually be going over there tomorrow to walk around and see, but they've done a fantastic job making it a fun experience. And then I'm looking forward to the Wine and Food Festival.
I was just about to say, right? Sobe?
Sobe Wine and Food Festival.
Yeah.
They're going to raise a ton of money. All those tickets, which a lot of people don't realize, goes to the Florida International University Hospitality School. So they raise millions of dollars for the hospitality school here in Miami for FIU. But it's just a fun event when you see all the big-time chefs and everyone putting on their best. And just to be around it, it's like a great energy and electricity around the city. So if you can make it down to South Beach, make sure to do it this month.
Ooh, love that. No, it is a good time. Good time. Okay. Well, I am trying to make it down to Miami, at least for sea trade.
Okay. Yeah, you went last year. It was good.
Yeah. Figuring that out. I just have a couple of things that are happening. So it might be at something, whatever. We'll bounce around, but we'll try to make it there for at least like part of it. So fingers crossed, if not before. My real-time recap. Okay, this is, I love this where you get to see hospitality in unusual places. That's actually why I wanted to create this real-time recap segment. Yes. Is like how we can see hospitality in unusual places. Obviously, in usual places, that's great too. So I got into a car accident this weekend. Somebody rear-ended me, and I had to have my car towed because my one tire blew completely. And the AAA guys first of all, everybody in the whole situation was pleasant, nice, helpful, calm. Even my interaction with the police, we had to file a police report or California Highway Patrol. Very nice, kind, all things considered. I mean, you would like to think that would be the case, but I don't know. Sometimes people have bad days. But the AAA guys, and I'm just like, I don't even know, like I don't have a car. Like I was so discombobulated. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, my car is getting towed to a tow yard. Like, do I just take an Uber from this random city street? Like whatever. And they're like, we'll take you home. And I don't think that they normally do that because it was a little bit in a different direction. And they were so nice along the way. They held on to my car. And then they ended up driving me back home. Then in different times where I was like, oh my God, I don't know if I got this right picture. I was like, hey, can I swing by? And they're like, you know what? We'll take a picture for you and send it to you, save you the drive. And so again, it was just this reminder of these guys work at a tow yard, but they were nice and hospitable and helpful. So again, in the most unusual places, hospitality is alive and thriving.
I love it. So, you see?
Yeah.
And one of those stressful situations, they thought about you and went the extra mile.
Totally. So nice. So, I mean, all things considered, nobody was not a situation people want to be in, but yeah. So again, hospitality is out there, and I really love seeing that when people are kind and courteous. So
good job out there to those tow truck drivers.
Yeah. Thank you, AAA. Not sponsored by AAA, by the way.
And we got our hospitality quote today.
Okay, yeah. What is our quote?
All right. And this one's a special one.
Yep.
This one comes from the recently released Hospitality Unlocked, now available on Amazon. The true success in hospitality at any industry comes from balancing ambition with patience. Take your time to learn as much as you can. And that's from Nick Falcone, CEO of MDM Hospitality. They have the Margaritaville Resort here in Orlando and several other properties, but great quote from Nick. What do you think about that one?
I mean, it's true. That is what hospitality is. Like, what stood out to you? I mean, obviously you got that quote from him when you were doing an interview, and then you chose it to be in your book.
Yes.
What resonated with you?
If we can put it back up on the screen, Will, it's a part of it that stands out to me is really, and a lot of people said this, and I kind of look back on my career, was taking your time to learn as much as you can. Because sometimes we get caught up in like, what's the next role? What's the next position? I'm ready for that next spot. But we don't fully learn that. Oh, look at this. Thank you very much. The book here. And so we don't fully take the time to learn our positions and be experts in it. So as you move up, you have gaps, right? You climb that ladder too fast. You're like, oh, I don't know that. Like, I don't know that role. I don't know this. And Christopher, thank you for buying the book, and several hundreds of you out there. I appreciate you supporting and posting the pictures. And if you haven't got it yet, it means the world to me to spread that knowledge from all the great people that are in that book. Cool. So thank you very much, everybody.
So cool. Yeah. I mean, that's the whole thing is like, we're always learning. I'm always a big fan of like always be learning, because it doesn't matter. I mean, if you look at some of the top CEOs that are really doing some great things, there's a humbleness to them and this willingness to continue learning. I mean, there's so much. The world is changing at a rapid pace. And consumer demands are changing, all of that. So it's like, you just have to have, I think if you have that open mindset of always be learning, it makes you more nimble and flexible. And I mean, to me, it's the only way up.
I agree. And we all still learn every day. The moment we stop, it's not a good day. So keep learning. Keep trying new things. That's what I enjoy doing every day. I know you do too. You're all over the place, learning new cultures, learning new things. So
100%. Every day I'm like, learn. Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, my brain is like, okay, even my downtime, I'm like reading and learning and, all of that stuff. So, but, got to feed the
great
brain.
Quote for the day. A great quote. And thank you to all of you out here. I see some new faces that joined us sharing their comments here in the comments section. We appreciate you joining. Alex, see you sharing a lot of comments here as we're on.
Yeah.
And as always,
thank you.
Hey, stay hospitable, and we'll see you next week.
Want to stop juggling spreadsheets, calendars, and a dozen apps just to run your rentals? Logify makes it easy. It's an all-in-one toolkit for hosts. Build a direct booking website, automate guest messaging, and keep all your channels in sync. Running your rental business your way has never been simpler. And for Good Morning Hospitality listeners, you can get 20% off any yearly plan with code GMH20. Just check the link in the show notes to get started today.